Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too.
I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too.
A year later, do you feel like you're
Next question.
The fraud was exposed, and it wasn't even close. What happens when hype meets hardwood? When the self-proclaimed queen of the court gets dragged into the deep end and forgets how to swim? On May 10th, the WNBA world got its answer.
Nafisa Collier absolutely hooked Angel Reese's ass last night. 8 of 13, 61.5%, 26 points in 25 minutes and 53 seconds. She scored 26 in 26 minutes on their ass. Wow, are you kidding me?
Nafisa Collier didn't just outplay Angel Reese, she humiliated her. From footwork to finesse, it was a masterclass in how a real pro dismantles a viral phenom. Collier was surgical, 26 points, 5 boards, and not a second wasted. Reese, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and a whole lot of watching from the perimeter. This wasn't a learning curve, this was a gut check. And if you thought it was just a preseason fluke, think again.
Angel Reese, preseason, part 2. Let's get it. What they say about layups, harder than nuclear physics. Bang! He's a point forward now, and nobody's more excited than opposing defenses. Time for the vintage underhand scoopity shot from 3 feet. Yep. There it is.
Because what went down in that Minnesota arena wasn't just a bad game for Angel Reese. It was the blueprint to stop her cold. The narrative, crumbling, the layups, clanking, and the spotlight shifting fast. But how did a game that started as just another preseason matchup become a national moment of reckoning? Let's break it all down.
I just don't think Angel Reese fans are going to be happy because she's playing away from the rim, a long way away from the rim. And those rebound numbers and those double-doubles are about to take a back seat. So guess what? Padding the stats is not going to work out.
All eyes were on May 10th. Why? Because Angel Reese was walking in with a full head of steam, fresh off preseason praise, social media flexes, and bold claims about how she's the reason people watch women's basketball. Meanwhile, Nafisa Collier was preparing the old-fashioned way, grinding in silence, focused on the game. And within the first few minutes, one thing became crystal clear.
Angel was 2 of 8 from the field. 2 of 8 from the field. 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 10 points.
Angel wasn't ready because Nafisa Collier didn't come to play. She came to make a statement, and Angel Reese was the unfortunate example. But that's not all, because what happened next? It shattered the myth entirely. From the jump, it was domination. Nafisa Collier didn't just beat Angel Reese to the spot, she erased her from the playbook. Every time Reese tried to establish position, Collier was already there. Hands out, feet planted, body low. This wasn't college ball anymore, where Reese could bully her way to putbacks and board padding. This was the pros, and Collier came with a PhD in post defense.
Collier, I mean, my God, 26 and 5. Absolutely crazy. Okay, the lack of practice or fatigue from her social life is showing itself with Angel Reese. She's doing a lot of watching and slow on defense. Also not communicating. She literally stood there and watched Fee backdoor to the rim for a layup from a pass.
For a player who built her brand on rebounding dominance and second chance scoring, getting bodied in the paint like that wasn't just a bad look, it was a basketball indictment. Collier forced Reese to catch the ball further and further from the basket. Every move looked forced, every shot rushed, and even when Reese finally got a touch near the rim, no rhythm, no plan B, and it gets worse. When your post moves don't work and your rebounding advantage disappears, what do you have left? In Angel's case, missed layups, awkward floaters, wild scoop shots from 3 feet that hit nothing but air.
The McDonald's sponsoring the first ever fry cook in the WNBA. Bag work is off the dollar menu, man. What is this junk? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and most importantly, Mother Teresa, Mother Nature, and Mother 2. I'm watching because of me too. You know what's most important ingredient is butter? Yes, butter, butter, Butter pecan!
Her only points came from the free throw line, 6 of 8 to be exact. Without her signature putbacks or brick and board plays, her entire offensive identity vanished. She looked confused, passive, hesitant. This wasn't just an off night, this was a full system shutdown. Even social media couldn't save her. Clips of missed layups went viral, memes flew, and comments flooded with phrases like baby giraffe and soft touch wear. It was merciless. But this wasn't just about a bad shooting night. It was about what happens when the lights are bright and the hype doesn't hold up. And while Reese's shots kept missing, something else became impossible to ignore.
Look at these stats. This was some first quarter action. 5 points, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 for 4 from the field. Missed drive layup, missed 6 foot, leading taking 2, missed drive, lead taking layup. It's going to be another one of those years, folks.
Angel Reese said fans watch the WNBA because of her.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
But if that's true, why are so many seats empty? Her long-awaited return to LSU, her championship homecoming, should have been a sellout moment. Instead, just 6,300 fans showed up in a 13,000-seat arena. That's less than half capacity for a player who claims to be the face of women's basketball.
They did not open the upper bowl, and the lower bowl was half empty. It was at under 50% capacity. And obviously, look, the area of the crowd where the TV cameras are being shown was full. But it was under 50% capacity.
That's devastating. Her Chicago Sky home game? Even worse. Just 4,600 fans. In a major market like Chicago with one of the WNBA's most talked about rookies, that number is shocking. And it's not just a blip. When the Sky traveled to face the Minnesota Lynx, where both Reese and Camila Cardoso were on the floor with Collier, attendance topped out at just 7,600.
It's going to be another one of those years, and her fan base is not going to be happy.
Now compare that to Caitlin Clark. Her preseason homecoming in Iowa sold out in 27 minutes. And when she faced Brazil in a meaningless exhibition game, 1.3 million people tuned in, more than nearly every NBA preseason game in over a decade. One player brings crowds, the other brings clicks. But the difference is costing Angel Reese more than just pride, it's costing her credibility. Reese dominates Instagram, she trends on X, she's got millions of followers and endorsement deals stacked like pancakes. But here's the problem. None of that translates when it's game time.
All right. Again, 5 million Instagram followers do not equate to basketball fans. It's a totally different group of people.
Basketball fans want results. They want grit, IQ, leadership. Caitlin Clark brings all of that. And then some. She puts butts in seats. She wins games. She plays team first ball and elevates everyone around her. Reese? Her numbers look good until you watch the games. There's a difference between scoring 12 points in a win and forcing up 15 shots in a blowout loss. And fans know it.
Caitlin Clark has 0 free throw attempts. Did the refs swallow the whistle? Well, Angel's got 30. Who has the special whistle again?
Even Reese's own camp is feeling the heat. After seeing Clark dominate headlines, Reese's mom jumped online with a jab. We're looking at banners while y'all looking at fans.
Oh, that certain fan base looking in the stands, celebrating quote attendance, while others are looking up in the rafters celebrating championship banners. We ain't the same, you got that right. Different years, same haters. Have a great day.
But here's the thing, nobody's looking at banners. During a preseason loss, and empty arenas speak louder than clapbacks. Still, the backlash was just beginning, because the drama off the court was about to spill into the front office. Let's not sugarcoat it. Teresa Weatherspoon's firing sent shockwaves through the WNBA. She was brought in as a legend, a mentor, a culture builder, and just like that, gone after one season. Why? Sources inside the locker room pointed to a toxic dynamic, one where individual stats took priority over team chemistry. Possessions turned into isolation plays, rebounding turned into padding, and winning, that got left behind. Reese grabbed boards, sure. She averaged over 13 a game, but the team finished 13-27 and missed the playoffs. Her historic numbers were empty calories.
If I'm being honest, is Angel headed towards a 12-point, 6 rebound, 4 assist kind of season? In other words, being a character actor and not the superstar of this team?
The front office noticed. Players complained that Weatherspoon prioritized development over victories. That communication was a mess. And when Marina Mabrey, Chicago's best shooter, was traded mid-season, things unraveled fast. Reese tweeted, "I came to Chicago because of you," after Weatherspoon's firing. A touching tribute? Maybe, but it also highlighted the deeper issue, emotional favoritism over team accountability.
According to league sources, Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players. Dear Lord.
And now, with a new coach at the helm, Angel's got no one to hide behind. The Chicago Sky made their decision. New coach, new identity, and a brand new role for Angel Reese. And this time, there's nowhere to hide.
We want to make sure that there continues to be structure, discipline, accountability, just championship mindset, and we want the Sky to continue to be a place that people want to be long-term.
Tyler Marsh was brought in not to coddle, but to correct. His offensive blueprint doesn't revolve around building Reese's highlight reel. It's about creating actual wins. And that starts with one harsh truth. Angel Reese can't live in the paint anymore. That rebounding safety blanket? Gone. That grab your own miss strategy? Gone. Marsh is repositioning Reese away from the rim. Instead of hunting boards and tossing up second chance prayers, she's being asked to create, to dribble, to shoot, to space the floor like a modern forward. That's not just an adjustment, that's an identity crisis.
Look, as an organization, we just, felt it was time to make a change. There's just private issues that I think we will keep just in the Sky locker room.
Because let's be real, what happens when the one skill that made you famous is taken away? Reese has admitted as much. I can't be the same player I was last year. She's working on it. Extra shooting reps before games. Range extension. Footwork off the catch. But that's the thing about the pros. Working on it isn't enough. Not when everyone else already has it.
Biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups, period. Like, we're gonna fix that. Yeah. That's fixable for you.
And here's the kicker. Fans aren't exactly thrilled. Clips of Reese floating on the perimeter with no intention to shoot. They've already gone viral for the wrong reasons. Analysts are questioning whether she has the handle, vision, or timing to operate in space. And her struggles during the preseason, proof that this isn't going to be a smooth ride. Her fans may want her back under the rim, but Coach Marsh doesn't care what looks good on Instagram. He cares what wins games. And what's coming next will either validate the gamble or expose everything.
For May the 17th in Indianapolis, Indiana, when the season is going to be kicked off with the Ali Frazier of our generation, Caitlin Clark hosting the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese. The Indiana Fever at Gamebridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis.
May 17th, Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. The matchup that marketing execs dream of, and the one that basketball purists have been waiting to dissect. But behind the sold-out arena and the flashing cameras, there's a harsh reality brewing. One of these players is evolving, the other still trying to figure it out. Caitlin Clark is walking into this matchup with momentum, chemistry, and national demand. Her games are being moved to bigger venues. Her jerseys are selling out. Her team is gelling. And most importantly, her game has never looked better. Reese, she's walking into a storm, stripped of her old role, thrown into a new offense, still adjusting, still searching, and this time, there's no margin for error. Can Reese adapt under pressure? Can she contribute when her usual blueprint gets ripped up? Or will this be the moment where the basketball world collectively shrugs and says, that's it? And Caitlin Clark, she's not showing up to make friends. She's showing up to remind everyone that this is what a franchise player looks like. The game hasn't even tipped off yet, but the scoreboard in the court of public opinion is already lighting up.
Okay, the lack of practice or fatigue from her social life is showing itself with Angel Reese. She's doing a lot of watching and slow on defense.
Let's put it all on the table. Angel Reese isn't a scrub. She's talented, she's athletic, she has charisma, but none of that matters if it doesn't lead to wins. Because in the WNBA, hype doesn't equal success, and followers don't fill stadiums. Her preseason exposed the cracks. Her rebounding dominance disappeared. Her scoring efficiency tanked. Her own homecoming game couldn't even fill half the arena. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark had 1.3 million people tuning into a preseason game. That's not buzz, that's a movement. And now, with a new coach, a new system, and the weight of expectation pressing down, Angel Reese is out of excuses. If she continues to chase double-doubles while her team racks up losses, the media darling narrative won't save her. If she resists adapting, if she clings to the old strategy while the league evolves without her, then her ceiling might already be visible. Basketball doesn't care about Instagram, it doesn't care about viral moments, it cares about results. This season isn't just about proving the haters wrong, it's about proving she belongs. Because right now, the only thing standing between Angel Reese and irrelevance is Angel Reese. The gap between social media fame and actual basketball greatness. It's not just real, it's growing. And unless something changes fast, she's going to get left behind. If you think Angel Reese still has time to rewrite the narrative, drop a comment saying second chance. But if you think the hype has finally been exposed, let us know by typing lights out. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single twist in this WNBA roller coaster. We'll see you next time.